The ingredient list is pretty straightforward. We're going to have some elbow cut macaroni, crushed tomatoes, ground beef, salt, pepper, and an onion. So let's get started. We're going to be starting off by putting some water in the pot, adding some salt to the pot. This is one of those chemical reaction things that helps the water boil actually at a higher temperature. Turning the stove on to medium heat. Some people would like to boil their water on high heat, which is absolutely fine. However, I've actually found that putting your burner on medium heat, it will save some electricity, and you can bet if you put your hand on the burner at medium heat, it will burn your hand just as well as if it was on full heat. Add a little bit of oil to the water, that way there your elbow macaroni won't stick together. Now, I know I've got a friend that's out there that says putting oil in your water is a bit of a waste of time, but I've always done it, so why would I stop now? Next thing we're going to be doing is dicing up our onion. Don't get rid of all the onion skin. Oh wait, maybe I do. This layer seems to have like a bad part on it. There we go. Now I've seen Mr. Jamie Oliver do this on his cooking show, and since I've got Jamie Oliver knives, may as well do it his way. But you're slicing part way down through the onion without breaking the back half here. And then all you're doing is just slicing through. Now, for those of you that are out there that are saying, oh my God, watch out for your fingers, you are going to cut them off. I've never cut my fingers yet, but I know there's always the first day. I know you're supposed to curl your fingers underneath. I've tried curling my fingers underneath. I've never successfully been able to curl my fingers underneath. So I've actually tried to stop curling my fingers underneath because I found that my fingers were more in danger by trying to curl my fingers underneath and hold it in place. I just didn't find I had as much control. So for those of you that look at those chefs and wonder, wow, how do they do that? Well, I suspect it's years and years of practice, and well, good on them. But my onions are diced just as much as I want them. So do you know what the nice part about cooking with cast iron is? You don't have to have a bunch of plastic utensils. I can use metal on metal, no worries. So we're going to be doing up our onions here. But I don't know how much is that. It's butter anyway. That goes in the cast iron pot. I'm going to be putting the onions in the cast iron pot. Well, I guess you could say more correctly, the porcelain covered cast iron Dutch oven. Going to be adding some pepper to this. Love the pepper. Just love it. Seem like too much pepper? Not yet. Love the pepper. There we go. onions are now going to be sauteing until they're, well, till I figure they're cooked. I don't know, what, we're going to be going 10 minutes or so. Going to be putting the ground beef in, and we'll catch up then. Okay, so I don't think it's been quite 5 minutes, but the onions are done enough for my liking. Now we're going to be adding the ground beef. Again, metal spatula is not going to hurt this. All we're doing here, just making sure that the ground beef actually gets cooked, because you don't want raw hamburger. I know some of you are out there that are saying, oh my, raw hamburger, yum. Me, well, not so much. So our water's now at a boil, and we need to put in our macaroni. Something I would not have known, but dry macaroni actually comes with an expiry date. This one, September of 2018. But anyway, when you're lifting the lid, make sure that you lift it away, because if you lift it towards, you are going to get burned. Okay, so the water's at a nice rolling boil. Give it a little stir. Put the lid back on. Turn the heat off. That's it. See you in 20 minutes. Now, our hamburger over there, that's actually cooked. So I'm going to be draining that, and we'll get right back to you. Now we get to drain our hamburger, because you don't want all that grease. Some of you might. Now right now I've actually got a bowl underneath there, so that when it does drain, it's not draining right into the sink and down the sewer, plugging up our sewer lines. So now that that's actually draining, now we're going to be adding the tomatoes. So I know I normally use crushed tomatoes, but, or correction, not crushed tomatoes. Normally I would use stewed tomatoes. But I didn't go shopping. Adding the hamburger back. See all the grease that we get out of it? I know some of you out there are saying, that's not the way I make it, and feel free to make it your way. This is just the way that I make it. I like it, and well, if you like what you make it a lot. Okay, so we're back, and the pot here has been on the go for about 20 minutes. Heat was off. Macaroni's actually cooked, so gotta drain this off. Gotta get some of that macaroni out of there. One of the things I did want to mention, please clean and recycle your cans. It's the only planet we actually have. Okay, so we're going to be adding the macaroni. I did say that there's some in the bottom of the pot that had to be added. Get that. We got our drained macaroni. Now we just gotta stir it all up. And this is it, people. Goulash. Or, if we actually had used stewed tomatoes today, I'd have actually called it Mum's Macaroni. Hi there. Did you enjoy today's cooking video? I certainly had lots of fun making it. As you can see, I'm really not a professional. I do enjoy doing this, and I hope that you can share my videos with your friends so that they can actually see how much fun I've actually had doing it. If you could subscribe down in that bottom corner where it says subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. I'm a fledgling YouTuber trying to make it. I'd like to get lots and lots of subscribers if I possibly could. Thanks.